This land of ours is under attack. The time has come, we're gonna take it back. Just wait and see. Don't tread on me. I won't sit back, stand idly by, and watch the heart of my nation die. Oh, not me. Don't tread on me. Don't tread on my Bible, don't tread on my guns, don't you tread on my faith in God's only Son. Don't tread on me. Don't tread on me.
Didn't know you were starting that off. I was letting you get the other rant out.
Oh yeah, I wasn't gonna record that part of it anyways. But yeah,
I mean, I didn't know if you were done with that rant because you went from, these guys are pissing me off because I'm realizing how bad I'm being fucked over by everybody to, hey, look at Powell.
well, no, it wasn't that. I was leading it in saying now the trading on Monday will start to let go and start coming back around because of the interest rates. And I said that primarily because I don't want to do these cars anymore. Then he had the nerve to tell me, well, if you're really good, you can name your own price.
Yeah, but then you can also lose so many customers so fast right away because you outprice yourself too.
Well, no, I'm still cheaper than the main shops, but what I told them, now he was wanting that $5,000 job you get from Porsche off of a $1,500 fucking job. He just got a fucking $70,000 a year pay raise, and he's gonna act like a tight motherfucker.
Yeah, and it's not like you owe.
What's that?
I said it's not like he owns you the money, but it's what it is you're worth. You need to be worth your value, and that someone like that starts nitpicking, Steve. We're different people. I honestly would have said, man, if you got a problem with this, you could literally take your shit right now and get out of my shop.
Yeah, I said it another way. I said another way, but I'm not going to do any more of his cars.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, dude, it's not just you. Cameron Johnson, what's been in cars for 15, 20 years, building race cars, ground up, $200,000 and above. He's no longer working on race cars.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I forgot I didn't turn on the video. No, he doesn't work on the race cars. He doesn't want to work on the race cars because of said situation. He'd rather make parts on a massive scale and say, here, go buy this A-arm or go buy this, whatever. I don't know what he's making, but yeah.
I'm better off taking the cars I do have that are mine and fixing them and freaking selling them.
Yep.
I mean, the guy at the Pontiac's being absolutely a very nice, cool person with me. Okay. He doesn't have a problem with paying me. And the guy I'm supposed to paint that 4-door crew cab truck, that's good. He just loves the truck. I told him how much. He did not have a problem, dude. And it wasn't cheap either.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm just kind of tired of these guys, man. Usually I blow it off, but today I couldn't blow it off.
You're starting to get like where I am at, Steve. I don't think it's demonic. I think we're starting to get righteousness in us where when we get to the point where enough is enough, just like, for example, I want to point out something to you, Steve.
All right.
Go to the store right now and go buy this. This is called THCA. Smells exactly like weed, but if you break it up, it doesn't seem to have a lot of THC follicles fall out on the bottom as keef, is what they call as keef.
Yeah.
But all this, what we voted for was real marijuana, and that's illegal. But no, we could go buy that Delta 9 stuff right now at the store, Steve.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. Go ahead.
No. I'm just saying, like that. I'm pretty sure that's synthetic marijuana.
Yeah. Well, you can smoke the fake poisonous stuff that will hurt you, but you cannot smoke the real McCoy.
Yeah.
How does that not make sense?
It doesn't whatsoever. I mean, I was saying, are you ready to watch that guy that my politician that I asked him why are you so important that you think you can revote on something that what us Nebraska's voted for? And because I told his secretaries, I said, if you need to start doing this, otherwise we're going to call I'll go for a recall count. I don't care about this crap. I am tired of playing these games. Well, I don't care if you don't. Oh, American marijuana does not. It doesn't. I don't like it. It's against I don't give a shit about your opinion. 71% of Nebraskans voted for it. That's why I started off about the synthetic. Because now they told me 1 more year from now before we get to even think about trying to get that on the ballot. And then we already know once it starts getting on the ballot, Steve, it takes these little numbnuts politicians another 6 to 8 months to get their heads out of their ass to decide. And it's not that hard to do paperwork. You, me, and a toddler can do it in about 2 or 3 hours.
I know, man. They're just what you're going to find with most politicians, the ones that I have known. They've never really worked. The ones that are kind of like not pushing things because they got on the gravy train of easy money being a politician. Like back in '99 when I thought about running for the House and the Senate, I mean for the Colorado, House.
Yeah.
They said my base salary was going to be $60,000 a year, plus I get a car and all expenses.
And remember, they say that us regular Joe Blows can do that. No. You have to have money to start on this campaign trail. They made it to where it's untouchable for us because of the money situation.
And even if you're good and everything and you're going to do well, you don't get the NGO money. The NGO stuff, there are thousands of NGOs that have been bleeding our country dry. And then you have the Federal Reserve. Powell, like Trump said, he's slow on everything. The interest rate should have been lowered a long time ago. The interest rates in Europe are way lower than ours.
It's holding you back. It's holding me back. And it doesn't matter what tier, like what tier of a payment you're at or what level of education you're at. No matter what, it's hitting all of us. I mean, some of it's hitting worse than others because those with trying to rebuild their credit, they're just sticking it in our ass and breaking it off.
Yeah.
Like they're, certain ones I'm paying way more than what's necessary. And it's hard to keep afloat with this crap.
Well, it is. And the amounts like in a business you would have if you use credit, you're screwed. Or if you fell into a downtime for about a year and you took your personal credit way up and it's so high that you pay outrageous amount of money trying to pay it down. So then you're forced into, okay, let me see. I got to maintain these payments, this and that. I got to show I make enough money. I got crazy equity in my house. Oh, I don't make enough money and they won't let me use it. And then you look at it, you never missed one freaking payment in years.
But they hold that any missed payments they hold against you like it's terrible. No matter how many, you could have gone your whole lifetime with it.
Yeah, look when Mike the Pillow Man, when Coles dumped him for him bringing up fraud, I was late one time on a payment. I foretold it was right at the peak of COVID, and I just spaced it, and it was only like $26. So then I got hit with a $40 charge. Okay. I called them up because I had such a good track record. They went ahead and said, there's no problem, Mr. Mazer, we'll drop the late charge and and you're zeroed out now. Okay, cool. I said, can you send me the information so I can contact your whoever is your public relations and stuff like that? So they did. Well, I sent something saying that I was very nice, saying that, Mike the Pillow Man is expressing his view and he has a good product. Used retail direct sales have no business cutting him off only because he expressed his views. A month later, I got a letter in the mail saying, oh, late payment reported to, the credit agencies. And I've never, since 1990, since I've been a limo company, I've never missed a payment. And they go, late payment, zero balance due on my credit report. One late payment, zero balance due. And it dropped my credit score from 780-ish all the way down to just right above 700.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, and that was Kohl's, by the way, too. Kohl's, you suck. I'll never go in your store again. They're trying to give me my account back. They can go stick that where the sun don't shine too.
A lot of them want our money back. You know, a lot of those evil companies.
Yeah.
I mean, Steve, like I said, it's not just you. I think it's starting to happen with you and I and others like this, because here's the thing I was talking about of the I don't know if I'll go any further with this other than what we're talking about, but this is me talking to Rick Holkoff's office on Friday or
Senator Holcroft's office. This
Yeah.
is Kathy.
is Rick there? Friday.
He's up on the floor.
What's
He's
he doing
on the
now?
legislative floor.
Okay, when's he available to be contacted?
I can take your name and number, sir.
I know you guys done that for 3 days in a row. I'd like to talk to the guy because he's trying to represent us and doesn't represent us at all.
I already have your name and number, so I'll give it to him, okay?
Yeah, I'm just asking you, when is it available? Because I don't care if I have to drive up there. I'll be up there at 6 o'clock in the morning tomorrow if I absolutely have to go talk to him.
Okay, all right, thank you.
I'm asking you when? I'll call right back. When?
Mr. McCain, I don't have a time. He's up on the
I'm not talking
legislative
about
floor.
today, ma'am. I'm talking about a normal day to go visit my constituent, the person that's supposed to represent us. When can I go up there and go talk to him? When? 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning, 8 in the
Okay.
morning?
Do you want to hold?
Yeah, am I going to talk to some other guy or am I going to talk to Rick?
You already put me
I'm
on
going to talk to
hold
Rick,
button.
not another guy. Rick.
Hey, put it on hold for a second.
Fucking idiot.
Yeah.
You should, but yeah, I can. It sounds like that they're just being. Like you said, someone's got to step up and be a leader.
Oh, hold on, Steve. I'll play the other one if you don't want to listen to this one, where actually Rick calls back.
Okay.
I thought you would want to listen to me rip into his secretary and he gives me the same fucking spiel that everybody else does. And I seriously think this is probably should be a blueprint to most of us of how to call in and talk to our constituents. I mean, the other ones, your state is actually you just need to start saying recall. I'm calling these guys rhinos. I call
Well,
them.
yeah. Well, this state has gone off its rocker some more. They're trying to restrict free speech now. They got the thing from England, I think. Then they passed a bill where Polis has a $4 million slush fund to fight Trump with.
Yeah.
These people are absolutely horrid, dude. They are off the scales.
You told us. But yeah, the like I said, you want to listen to the
Yeah, go ahead. We'll listen real quick to it. Yeah.
you want me to go? I could put on Rick to cut down the time.
Yeah, go ahead. Do that.
Because this is the actual constituent when he actually.
Time acting.
Hello?
Hello, Preston. This is Senator Rick Holcroft returning your phone call.
Yes, I have a question. Why are you going against 71% of Nebraskans vote?
Basically, I am trying to put a bill in place that will respect their vote. The way that the referendum was passed, I think we've honored it all in our bill and in our amendments. I mean, which part of the referendum are we not fulfilling here?
I was told about the legalization of medical marijuana was you're wanting to go back into voting to make sure that you senators want to make sure that it passes instead of just saying, and then also you're taking away tinctures and stuff like that. I'm one of those that suffer from seizures and other medical issues, and I'm tired of going through these things, you know, and other medicines don't work. But what I was told was that, you know, you're not, you guys are dragging your feet about it and not passing it.
Well, I think I've tried very hard to get a bill in place that outlines a 122-page bill that does, you know, what I think the people wanted. We can't. Medical marijuana will not go into effect without some legislation. First of all, we have to establish funding for the commission so they can do the rules and regulations, and we need to give them some guidance. And I think it's prudent to give them guidance on what ailments and also on what methods of delivery. Now, tinctures was part of the amendment, So I think that would address your concerns.
I mean, I said flour too, but
Flour.
yeah.
Well, flour is not recommended by the Nebraska Medical Association, and it's so the bill as it was put together was would not include smoking, but it would include vaping and nebulizers. So there was a way to take it orally. It would also include tinctures, pills, edibles. And up to 5 ounces as per the referendum.
But if you're allowed to have 5 ounces, 5 ounces would be 5 ounces of flour, and not to mention, just so you know,
no, that's
flour.
not true. 5 ounces is 5 ounces, and then you can process that down. I mean, the most you could have would be 5 ounces in your possession of the processed material. So it's up to the commission to determine how much of a tincture do you get from 5 ounces of flour. It doesn't say that you can have 5 ounces of flour.
No,
It says you can have marijuana that is the equivalent of 5 ounces of flour, and so that's the way the bill was written or is written.
Yeah, I'm telling you that the vaporizers don't work. As someone that medically takes that, I've tried the vaporizers. I went out and I got them from another place, obviously. Did not work. They're half-assed. The actual thing I found out that really works is the way God made it, is grabbing the actual flower part where it's man untouched, and it's actually helped me out. And I'm only telling you some of my symptoms. I got a laundry list of them. And I don't like going through this and having to fight for needing to take something medically, because I've gone through all the other anti-seizure medicines, all the anti-nausea medicines that Big Pharma has to do, and it doesn't do anything. I don't care what the Nebraska's association, they don't have a bad equilibrium like I do right now. They do not know what works and what does not work. Not just for me, but I've talked to other people that have not my issue, but other issues. The same thing, and they say flour works pretty good. Same thing with tinctures and concentrates, but the one that works the best is the flour, because it does not just give you the THC. There's CBD in there, and there's THCA, THCC. There's other THCs in there that actually help out you and your cannabinoids inside your brain receptors to help out with your issues. That's what I'm saying. This whole, I get it, the medical part, but this is what I'm saying. Flour is actually God the way he made it. And if you believe in God, it literally is a flour coming up. It's not done by man, I know how it is. It's a 1/4 ounce broken down will make 1 gram of wax. And concentrate is what you call it.
Okay, I have your opinion. Is there anything else you want to add?
Are you going to do anything about that? Because the flour, like I said, should be legalized in order to be used in consumption by medical.
I have a bill that has everything except the flour, and it was just turned down in our committee, so nothing is going to come out.
Well, is there a way that you can add that in there? I mean, I don't want to waste your time anymore, but I'm just saying, I speak for quite a bit of us about this.
Well, there is a way I can, but based on the recommendations I have from medical, I am not. You might try a different senator who could bring an amendment to the floor, but the bill didn't get out of committee, so... and there were members of the committee. I mean, the committee voted it down 5-3. So it probably will not happen this year. So we'll reconsider it next year. There is some legislation going on right now that would invalidate the signatures from the referendum, which might invalidate the actual referendum. But
I mean, come on, Steve. This is some fucking bullshit. How the fuck do they think they're better than us? This is what.
This is the thing. The committees, I know how the stuff works. If the committee votes it down, his hands are tied. He can't do a damn thing.
It's not just the committee.
No, and you have to go find out who's in the committee that voted against it and go after them. That's who you have to contact. Who is in that committee?
I'll be finding out tomorrow, but you're right. I mean, like I said, Steve, they've been doing this for decades now. I've been finding out they've been doing this since Colorado got theirs legalized. They've been asked because
Colorado did it because they didn't care about the medical. They just wanted the freaking money so they can launder it.
Oh yeah, and remember, that's how I knew about it, Steve. I think they were just as bad as California. Come on, Steve. Dog's leg hurts for some reason. I think he got a cramp in it.
Yeah.
walk around on 3 legs. But no,
So-
what I'm saying, Steve, is like, your back hurts. The doctor doesn't even check you out. Okay, here's your card. You know, you're
Oh,
right.
that's the way it used. That's the way it was here.
Yeah.
And once you have a card here, originally you're allowed to start growing so many plants.
Yep.
Which people were doing, but they were doing it because it increased the economy of Colorado. Because you had all these growers on the back end. Well, I got a miracle. I got a card. I could grow 99 plants. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In fact, all 6 of us have cards. We got a whole warehouse. We're legal. We smoke them all.
Don't worry about these friends that come over with trucks and then go out of state. Don't worry about them.
Oh,
About
dude.
that too, Steve. The people were coming in from out of
They
state.
were.
Because you don't have to sign up for your buddy's garage. You go over there, you go visit, you come out with duffel bags. Bada bing, bada boom. You want to
That's what they did, man. I'm telling you, I knew some of these guys. It was mobsterish. This guy, I'm going to mention anything related. He said, "Man, I want to show you something, but you got to take and put these blacked out goggles on. You can't see where we're going." So he took me to this place. We're inside of a warehouse. I get out of the truck, take the goggles off, takes me in this room. It's like, what the, there's like, dude, it was a gigantic warehouse inside with nothing but grow going on.
Yeah.
I mean, it was, and see, but Colorado was letting it happen because of the revenue coming into the state. Then they decided they want more of the action. So then they started bringing corporations in and altering the law.
Yep.
Their greedy butts weren't getting enough money.
Remember when Monsanto came in? I don't know if you saw that, but I started seeing, hey, Monsanto's getting into marijuana. I go in Colorado. I go, what? Why would? No, they don't. They don't. They can't even do regular crops good. You know, they're doing it, or they're doing it intentionally.
They're going to do the stuff they're trying to get you guys to get there. When you have pharmaceuticals in Monsanto, dude, it's altered genetically, and basically it's not going to be good for you.
That's why I want to stay away from that. But here also, I want to highlight there's not always the people that use it medically or need it for medical purposes like me. There's other dark sides like what Steve talked about. There is cartels here in America growing weed and selling it to people and everybody thinks, oh, it's just dispensaries or it's just no.
Oh,
and the cartel. And that's what I don't want to do anymore.
Right, and the dispensary still on the back end.
Yeah.
They're still got their little private grow people.
Just like 7-Eleven, not weed part, but they're funding, some other stuff in the Middle East, terrorism and other stuff.
Man, of course. Yeah, it's another NGO going on.
Yep. All that's happening everywhere. That's the only reason why I'm so upset about this, but I'm a dog with a bone. Same thing with you, Steve. You're just getting tired of taking your time and everybody taking, me too. I've done that, but then I've cut off a lot of ties. I used to be a handyman before I got, first I was carpenter, then I was a handyman, then I got injured, then I had to cut all that off, but I just couldn't start handling people. They wanted me to drive.
I got to make a living. I got to make a living.
Yeah.
And so I feel like I get really used by people. And it's hurt me financially. That's why I branched off into other stuff.
Also emotionally too, Steve, because you remember.
Oh yeah, it does. It wears you down. And it's like, you know what? I can see why the guys that build cars, they have enough of people. Because you get people that are just absolutely don't care about your time, your dedication, doing extra work. They don't give a rat's ass that you're going to end out on the park bench because you went broke because you helped too many people.
This is not a chip.
Give it rats. But most of the, I'm dude. It's like, I don't know. But, I started to wind my own business down 3 years ago because I was going to move. And then Stevie's wife, unfortunately, she went to the hospital for COVID they gave her remdesivir and they killed her. So then I stayed here because 2-month-old baby, a 4-year-old grandson, I couldn't abandon them. But right now, if I would have left, I would be really on easy street because no house payments, no debt. Be very easy for me to survive and even get by. So yeah, all this stuff has just been horrible. And then, like back to your thing, which you have to do when requested just a little audience with him and talk to him personally. And it sounds like he's trying to push stuff to get this done, honestly, because of the referendum you guys signed, voted on. But first of all, the committee is the one that's saying, okay, Pharmacia says we can't have the real. So some people on the committee have the Pharmacia behind them, and they don't want real flowers in there. They want all the hybrid stuff that they can control, make, and just control it.
Forgot to tell
Turn
you.
it into a pharmaceutical where they can control it, because the pharmacies try to replicate things that were created by Yahuwah, and they don't do a good job replicating it. They get it close, but it's not quite correct.
They replicated synthetic marijuana. They actually prescribed it to me once, Steve, and it was the most horrible thing I ever had. It was a pill, and I'll never take any more of them again. But yes, when you were saying that, that's why I didn't want to interrupt. But I didn't know where you were going to go after that. But I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Synthetic marijuana is. I'm not talking about what I just showed you guys. That's something else. That's. I don't know if that's the same as that. Is it salvia or something else they used to sell at gas stations too? And that it actually had meth and other stuff in it. You remember it was weed and it came in a silver package.
I don't know.
I don't
remember that. I've never been into smoking or anything.
No, not a smoke store, dude. This used to be at every gas station. Because let's say 2010 to 2007.
Oh, I think I remember hearing about it, but I never partook of any of it.
Well, when I was smoking or cigarettes and stuff, Steve, I used to see at the counter and people were doing that because back in my day it was harder to, or not back in my day, but when I lived down in Florida, it was harder to get that stuff, or if you did, it was quite expensive for street stuff to get. And then there was one of those, you had to wait for somebody or make a phone call and, I'll meet you outside of here. Oh, come outside. Oh, I'll be there in 10 minutes, 2 hours later, that kind of situation days.
Yeah.
Yep. But the days are behind us. But yeah, like I said, that's the only way I knew about that. And then people were someone ate someone's face off in Miami by smoking that stuff. It was synthetic or Special K or something.
Oh, they did borax with that too.
That makes you wonder, Steve. Other people were telling us to eat borax. Oh, it's good for you.
No, the borax turned the guy into like a zombie, like the Living Dead. They had a hard time killing him too.
Yeah, I remember that. I'm wondering if fentanyl or something else was added into that.
We don't know, but it was borax. Yeah, man.
But this is the problem.
The MMS, it tastes like freaking straight chlorine out of the damn pool.
I can tell you one thing, Steve, to be honest, I've never tried that. Mom's had it. My dog's got a little shot of it. I never had it. Something in me told me never, don't.
Yeah. Well, I tried just a little drop one time, the MMS. It actually started burning the enamel off the back of my teeth.
Ooh.
You could feel it. I had to go brush my teeth because they got corrosive.
Ooh.
So I'd never touch that crap again. And guess who loses all their teeth?
Crackheads. Well, I don't know.
Whole bottom looked nasty. Teeth were falling out of here. And it's like, dude, man. It's kind of like I told you about the Chinese emperor that wanted to live forever. So he started taking mercury. Yeah.
No. You remember, Steve? Hold on, I gotta move this for comical effect. You remember the
Oh yeah.
Hold on. I hope that takes all the vaccine out of my body and kills them so I can poop it out. You know, because I built a EMF gun over somebody on YouTube, and it replicated the same thing. It used a transformer of a neon light, not LED, a neon light, and I had to transform it into a coil. And he said it would do something with EMF, and it would.
Well,
break
it
bones
was
and stuff
it was
like
because in those days it was microbots and EMF will kill a machine.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember we were down there building that thing. That
You
thing
got it.
hit the hell out of me.
But
Remember
how he
I grabbed the coil wrong. I just barely touched the coil with my hand. Woo!
But you-
Yeah, nothing left alive in me.
you told us not to move it around, or you told me not
Oh, yeah. I never
to slide it
remember
upside down.
he was
Yeah.
remember he was out there because I told him, I said, the ignition system, you gotta a normal one will do about 50,000 volts. So one's normal old ignition system. You know, it's out there holding on to the freaking number one plug wire.
Oh.
I'm going,
He did a show about that too, Steve.
oh, dude, man, and that's dangerous voltage.
I
DC will kill you.
I know that's the dumbest thing. If anything, I know I'm not even gonna say it. Nope, I don't. Never mind. Yeah, it's just dumb. I'm just gonna say it's dumb. I'm not gonna say or suggest anything.
I know I brought it up, and I guess I'm responsible for that because I brought up the ignition system delivering that kind of voltage.
You weren't. He's just being stupid because what he was trying to do was find something to zap the nanobots in the system. He didn't tell anybody other than like you and me. We could tell, and you know, for example, we couldn't travel. Remember in the first 2020s without actually having a shot, and he traveled right then and there. Besides that, he also
Oh, he went overseas to boot.
started breaking out too. Remember?
You start. Oh, I remember the it looked like hives. He went down to the store one day and came back while everybody was there. It looked like hives, just so he had to go take a Benadryl pharmaceutical, and it did clear it up.
He wasn't telling people online he did that. He said everybody he did the bath, man. He was making everybody go buy what was that stuff?
Alfalfa.
Alfalfa. Oh yeah, you couldn't even get straw.
Alfalfa. Woo-hoo.
That the bugs would come out of you. And then my mom and others were going, I would think the bugs would come out of there and go into you. The other
Well, that's where, and then plus you got all the pesticides that were sprayed on it.
and you're taking a hot bath with that. So
and then that releases the pesticide. I honestly, I did start to try it once, and I looked at it and go, I ain't getting in there. In fact, I ended up using the bales I bought, and my grandsons were into bow, archery. So I put targets on them. They use the bells put their targets on out here.
good. Hopefully the deer.
Huh?
I said hopefully the deer don't eat them.
Yeah, well, they're long gone, but that's where they ended up at, because I go, it's amazing how you get yourself sucked into stuff because you trust people so much and you don't trust yourself. And then you start doing research, and then you start turning back to Yahuwah and the Holy, and in the Holy Spirit, and you start studying again. And then you start going, this is bonkers. This is nuts. Yeah.
A lot of it won't make any sense. You won't be woo-wooed anymore by all of their magic tricks and all this, because you'll start realizing there is absolutely nothing new under the sun right now. Nothing.
Absolutely. And that, it's just, it's like the Beatles said, turn, that's actually, it comes from Ecclesiastes. There is absolutely nothing new under the sun. All this technology we have, it was here before the diluvian flood. Guarantee you, it was, because the fallen ones gave man that knowledge. Not totally, but I think people did escape. And maybe some of the EVs we have out there are the ones that escaped.
We'll find out. I mean, hopefully soon, because I think the Space Force is hand is being forced, because I've been hearing on Real America's Voice and other places of, oh, China's up in space and the new thing's China, and it's not, Steve. We're not going back to the 70s or 60s. You know this as well as I do. They took an F-15, took a missile on it, stripped the F-15 of everything, shot it up to the as far as it can go to the edge of our atmosphere. You know, not 80,000 feet, 45,000, whatever it can do.
60 plus.
Yes, and shoot the missile that they designed to take down satellites.
Yeah.
And that is since the 60s and 70s.
Well, I'm telling you right now, when I was in the missile field, I talked to the Boeing guys, the guys that were there, Saturn V type of guys, General Dynamics, Boeing, Martin Marietta. And they even told us back then, they told me, he said, we already shoot the stuff down now. We're shooting it down back then. He said, no nuke would have ever got to Washington, D.C. They were already that accurate in the 70s with the stuff. Yeah. And I found out too, because the stuff we worked on, stuff I witnessed in the missile field, we did the test launches for Vandenberg. So I'm going to leave it at this on that. I witnessed a lot of stuff. Okay. We did a lot of FOT&E launches. Yeah.
I'm not trying to get you to say things,
but we're not going to go any further than that. It's declassified, but I'm not going to talk about it.
Well,
anyways,
no, I mean, while you're on that subject, Steve.
Well, I wasn't quite done here.
Only focusing on the Lance laser system from Lockheed Martin.
Yeah, that's the F-16
tactical fighter jet.
Yeah, but anyways, and Space Force is being really brought forth more. And I used to be part of Space Command. They brought Space Command back. Did you know that? Space Command has been reactivated.
I didn't know it went away. I mean, it's kind of like, I wouldn't be too surprised if they don't start talking about MK Ultra, or maybe call it MK Ultra 1 or MK, or it's not MK Ultra.
Yeah. Well, that's a little bit different deal there. We're talking about Space Command that I was part of.
Oh no, I'm just referring to a government program that's
right, and then they
closed down.
went ahead and bringing up Space Force, but Space Command is a lot older. It actually, they got rid of whatchamacallit, why am I having these things again here? Well, it'll come back when it comes back. But anyways, they reactivated it because there's stuff going on. And right now, China is literally falling apart. Literally falling apart.
Yeah, it's been falling apart since it was put together.
Well, actually, since 2020, all the reports we've been getting and hearing, there's probably down to maybe 500 million people. They accidentally killed too many people with the COVID. And I think their COVID out of Wuhan was genetically modified for the Asian race. And now,
I think they accidentally.
huh?
The CCP didn't accidentally do anything.
Well, they were trying to thin people out. And you know, anytime man messes with like deer populations, wolf populations, they go crazy, okay? Because it always does not work right when man goes in there and tries to manipulate nature. And it just goes out of balance. And I think that it got carried away and they killed too many people. I legitimately think that's what happened, because villages are empty. The major cities, I've watched tons of people reporting and doing videos. They're going through the town in the morning, like Beijing. It's freaking a ghost town. Stores. They go in the mall. There are more people working in the mall than there are peak customers. And this is in peak times, normally after work. There are places there where they would buy stuff, groceries, whatever they're going to buy used to be packed. Now there's hardly anybody. So go figure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was overdone. And now they are 110% screwed. And we only we only export 5% to them. And Canada's totally screwed too. Canada was another one that retaliated. And now they are absolutely screwed. That's what happened when you have the Bank of England, the guy that ran it for 7 years, come back to Canada and run Canada. They got the globalist mindset, and it's breaking down. It's not working.
They had every opportunity to come to the negotiating table, just like every other country. Taiwan had a problem, but they didn't want to.
Well,
The state needs to do what they're doing, and they're different ones. The CCP is running China. When it comes to London, we have the Bank of London, which is supposed to be the head of everybody, or well, head of that family to run that section.
Yeah.
And then if you go to Saudi Arabia, you got the princes to run that area.
Well, yeah, you still have the Bank of England involved with them too. That's why we're having so much trouble with Jerome Powell and stuff, because they're trying to keep our interest rates up.
Well, these are different families.
And so because that's the way they can keep stealing more of our money. And finance and other things around the world is what they're doing with it through the central bank. Another way of ripping us off. The Federal Reserve. And Janet Yellen, she went ahead and refinanced our debt at higher interest rates, our national debt. Why would you do that? That is somebody that those people are trying to kill us.
Yeah, they've been trying to do that for years. They take our money. They're just openly robbing it from us.
But it's coming to fruition now. It's starting to open up. You know, you got the Supreme Court, what they pulled in the 30 people they were going to send to El Salvador. The Supreme Court put a stay on it, stopped them temporarily from doing that, which technically they can't because Article 2 and under the act that we're under, they can't really stop it. So they're going to take it up on Monday. So right now they told Trump that they can't send the people to El Salvador from Texas, but he still can because they're outside their jurisdiction. They can't. You realize that Lincoln went through this, what Trump's going through right now. You know what Lincoln did, though? He went and arrested all these judges that did this to him. He went and arrested them, had them arrested because they were undermining him.
Trump keeps saying he has one shot at this, so they're biding their time to take that one shot.
Well, yeah, it's going to be a good shot, too. Because slowly the whole system has been being dismantled brick at a time, literally. But now so many bricks have been taken out, it's ready to cave. And there ain't no stopping it. There's no stopping it.
Yeah. Why do you think Q says nothing can stop what's coming?
No. Nope. You know, in the same token, you know, back to China a little bit here. I do feel really, really bad for the people though in China. Their homeless has stepped up tremendously, especially the young kids living on the streets. And but over the past 50 years, we've been getting gutted. And what about the poor guys that go home to their family and say, I lost my job and we have no money? What about them? You know,
That's happening everywhere, even here.
yeah, it is. It's still happening now. I mean, Stellantis just laid off 900 people, but I think they're retaliating against Trump because Stellantis is, you know, French, whatever the hell they are. They can take their crap and ass attitudes back to Europe. So I think they did that on purpose because of the tariffs, trying to bring down the car company, Dodge, you know, Dodge, Ram, Jeep. They're trying to bring them down because Stellantis is very corrupt. This last CEO, the electric Dodge Chargers that they made, Challengers, they are absolute crap. Crap.
No, everybody loves electric vehicles.
No, but these don't even work right. They're that bad. They're that bad.
I don't know. Did you see what China did with all their electric vehicles?
Oh, they parked them out in fields and licensed them to make it look like they sold them. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Thousands of them. They got multi-million electric bikes too out in the fields now, rotting away.
So why do we have to dig up more lithium?
We don't. There's actually new technology out there. We don't need to use it. I think I honestly think they're suppressing everything for the time being. Because we got new technology, you know, it's right there. Oh yeah. I was listening the other day. One of the new cabinet members came out and actually said, we can manipulate time now, so we can grow crops super fast because we can manipulate time in space. Pretty wild.
They've been doing stuff like that for years.
I know, but what I'm saying is they're letting it out.
Yeah.
Okay, they're letting it out now. They're slowly seeping it out. You know, fusion. Get rid of nuclear. We can go cold fusion now. You know, things will run for years. There's no danger.
I don't want to hear about new technology until they start taking off all these damn cable lines that are everywhere throughout all these fucking cities.
Oh, I know. And out here, you know, they're putting all the power lines above ground. You know, technically, when the correct technology is released, we'll be able to displace those and they'll be able to take them back down and then scrap them.
But it's just too much. It takes away skyline, you know.
Oh, they ruined my view, man.
They're bad for your health because my sister lives right next to really heavy power lines. You can hear them.
Well, that's all going through you too, you know, the
EMF.
magnetic pulse from it. It's lets out a glow. If you put it under a different frequency, you can see the glow. It looks blue.
Oh, speaking about that, I just picked up my glowing plant tonight. That's from the dumb. You want to know what the suggested temperature for that is?
But
The suggested temperature for a firefly petunia, or pansy, I mean, is anywhere between 60 and 70 degrees. What is 60 and 70 degrees, Steve?
that's the temperature in a dome. That's the temperature down at a certain depth. It
In
stays
caves. Yep.
stays that way constantly. Constant temperature.
And if you guys go and find Emery Smith, I don't know if you'll be able to look up where he talks about stuff underground, but he's talking about there's even animals, deer, rabbits, and other stuff like that with this bioluminescent color
Yeah.
on their coats. And there's mushrooms like this. It does glow. Mom put it in my room for a little bit. We stood there, and within 10 seconds or so, we saw it change.
Really?
Yes. So I'd love to figure out how to get just a big enough actual grow light, not the blurple LED lights that don't work at all. Because you know they're blue and purple. You got to see them, dude. You can see them in people's lights. They're everywhere. Or I mean, in windows. Everybody has them. But anyway, I want to get some small light to put over these individual ones and then put them in the hallway. Yeah, I know they're not like bright, but I told Mom, I said it's going to be kind of like the movie theaters. You remember before they did the LEDs?
Yeah, they used to have the really dim lights at the bottom of the chairs at the aisles. They were super dim, but you could still at least follow the pathway.
Yep. It was just enough, and I was like, you know, that'd be kind of cool to have that. Plus, you know, this kind of technology, or you know, not technology, but and all these guys are like, oh, it's bioengineered. Come on, don't blow smoke up my ass. Like I said, Emery Smith talked about this because he was down there. He was one of those that he did not do. He said, what was it? 1,000 specimens is what David Wilcock did it as a clickbait thing, but he said I did not 1,000 different species. He says I did 1,000 different samples. Sometimes it was just a small sample of something, or it was a full body sometimes, or just an edge, or just a head.
Well, you know, in those other worlds that they teleported to, they brought stuff back with them.
Yep, that's what he was talking about. Some of it was DNA and that, but he said he also went down there, or was this is the portal where he was talking about what we were said. He went down to the cavern area. It was dark. There was things that were glowing, you know, like what we just said about the plant.
So they went to several different planets with the portals.
Yep. Oh yeah, just like whatchamacallit, Steve. That's where they got that TV
That's
show
just
from.
like SG-1.
Yep.
That's where they got it from. That is real. I went and saw him up here in Boulder. There's like 25 of us who went and saw him. So it was really cool. Just a handful of us got to go see and talk to him. He had a thing down in the church building within the basement where they did a little thing.
Did you ever see him drinking as bad as Emery Smith and smoking?
No. Emery Smith, first time I saw him when we went to Jericho. What is that tree, that desert tree called? I don't know why I'm doing this. I haven't eaten either. And it's been a hard day.
We determined that you're camera shy.
Huh?
We determined that you're camera shy because when you're not on camera, you can remember all this crap.
No, I don't think it's that. I'm pretty bad right now. In the Jericho, what is that? It's a desert tree. Anyways, it was Contact in the Desert was called, and Emery Smith was there. This was probably about 2016-ish, and he was so out of it. He was sitting up on an easy chair on stage with dark shades on, and they were asking him questions, and he was not elaborating, just very short sentence, and you can tell that he was totally out of it.
Corey Good.
Yep.
That's what you're talking about, yeah.
Right. Yeah, he was totally out of it. So yeah, it was really, you know, because David Wilcock was trying to get him to talk more, but to me it was like, it looked like somebody that was just all drugged out. I'm serious. You know, like did some, maybe, I don't know, maybe had too many cookies, you know what I mean?
Edibles.
Yeah, too many edibles. He just acted that way because edibles will mess you up like that really bad.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I mean, you remember he got sued.
I know. And I think he was actually plagiarizing from other people that really were in the secret space program.
And probably those guys had an NGO, Steve. That's probably why he got sued. Well, I didn't look into the thing, but if you think about it, you take someone else's stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, there's thousands of NGOs, thousands of them that have been sucking our money.
No
Oh,
way.
You know,
Have you got? How about your zoo? Is your zoo? Have you looked into that one about being a non-governmental organization?
oh, it probably is. I haven't looked at it. I've been kind of ignoring Colorado. Today, I was at Walmart and I was gonna get my grandson like this little Lego set for, you know, Easter, even though I got a thing about Ishtar Day. But the kids don't quite understand yet. And it's all locked up in Parker. And if you do get it, they have to carry it to the front.
What is it, a TV?
It's a little, they have to carry it to the front, and then they'll tell you what register it's at.
Yeah.
And then you got to go to that register. I, for one, there was a long line at the checkouts. There were 4 machines sitting there not even running. And there were only 4 open. They had 5 cashiers. But honestly, I am tired of Walmart treating us like we're a bunch of damn thieves.
Well, they can't single people
Is-
out.
What they can, but they won't because they are cowards. The owners of Walmart, chairman of the board, you're a bunch of cowards. Want to treat your patriots. We go in there and we keep you guys going. You treat us like thieves, like we steal. Most of us don't steal. Start prosecuting the thieves.
You know, they made it for people to steal perfectly because a lot of the thieves love to go to a self-checkout more than the other. I go to a self-checkout because people don't know how to a bag. That's the only reason why I go. Or I would love to bag my own stuff. Not to take out the bag man or teach a bag man. You don't like put all sorts of other items with bread. You know, I don't want my eggs smashed.
Yeah.
Common sense, guys.
But, personally, I'm just really, really tired of getting treated that way. And I think a lot of other people are too. In this stupid plastic bag thing here in Colorado, come on. You throw away glass in the landfill. What about the plastic milk jugs? What about the plastic wrappers? You can take and react the plastic and turn it back into diesel and gasoline because it separates. And you know what you got left after that? You have carbon, like coal.
I was about to say a waste of
They
time.
can turn it all back. And then the recycle here. The recycle goes to the mountain of trash that they'll probably be building homes on 20 years from now. I mean, the mountains are huge. The trash mountains are huge. We could recycle glass. I mean, for one, you can put drinks in glass and do a deposit on the bottles to send it back and create more work. Then we're more healthy. We're drinking out of glass, not plastic that's constantly seeping fossil fuel into your food or whatever you got in it.
Yeah, petroleum.
Yep. Yeah, it's so ludicrous. But yeah, no, it's a big scam. They've already talked about it, but no one's listening. The recycle's a scam. It ends up in the trash mountain.
Yep, it could easily be done. You're right. With a lot of it. And then the glass things, they don't need to keep. I know people love their different color glass on, like their alcohol bottles. But if they did clear instead of the bronze and all the other colors, then it would make it easier to recycle because then they could just easily reuse it, melt it down, whatever they have to add onto it.
Yeah.
And not use as much. I mean, I get it. It's silicone. It's sand. Yeah. Woohoo. Why do you think we used it? We were greener in the 70s and 80s than what we are now, if you think about it, Steve.
Sure.
For example, glass, we used that. We didn't have to have a whole process factory. I get you got to do glass, but I mean, what you melt down silicone like we talked, or silica.
It melts. It just melts, and you shape it whatever shape you want it into, and it doesn't make you sick. And we don't have an ocean full of freaking plastic.
And the bottles, remember, they didn't have bottles that way either. Back in those days, you remember, we drank out of the hose, or there was not a bottle of water for sale. I remember.
Yeah. But those are real rubber hoses in those days, because on a hot summer day, you could taste the rubber in the water.
Yeah, and like now.
And now you're just getting plastic, and just so you're drinking a touch of kerosene there. touch of petroleum with your water. But back in those days, they made everything, it was rubber. It was real rubber.